Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. In this week, I just want to keep it quick, but I just wanted to talk about basically photo reference books and whether there's any value in them. So I've got two here. I've got People and Poses and the Fantasy Figure Artist reference file. And I'm just going to flick through these a bit to give you a bit of a preview whilst I ramble on. So just before we start, if you do find this video useful, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, hit that like button and switch notifications on. It really helps me out as a small artist. So starting with People and Poses, this is a book that has been out for a while. I believe that both of them have actually been out a while. And I remember when I sort of started getting into art, like, I don't know, 10 years ago or something. I remember seeing this book and a few of the other books in this series coming up on Google or on Amazon. And I was never sure because they always had really mixed reviews. And also, a lot of my reference was online. So I never committed to buying it, but I always considered it. And I finally bought them because you could get them, both of these, I think I got for like a couple of pound each pre-owned. I wasn't really in a rush to get them, but I thought I'd make a cool video and it's something I've always wanted to try out. And what I mean by that is, as artists, a lot of us already know that we have to work from reference, whether that's to help you finish a piece, get a pose right, or whether it's just to practice and build up a visual library. If you don't work from reference or from life to build a visual library, then how would you ever learn or know what to draw? So it makes sense. I think a lot of us already know this. So the problem, I guess, is that there is so much reference now on the internet that you don't really need a book like this. And I also found that, to be honest, there really isn't that much reference or photo books that are actually aimed at specifically being reference. Whereas, on the internet, you can literally search on ArtStation and places like that. There's tons of great photos that are intended to be studied and drawn from. I could only find a select few books. So I wanted to talk about this one first and just give my opinion on it. So I'm not sure how the quality looks on camera, but I would say there's actually some pretty cool poses in here. The issue is not all of them are full body. Not only are the images quite small, which I understand is to fit more on. Like this, for example, is the pose usable? I guess that's the question. But yeah, you might have noticed a lot of them cut off at the waist. So this kind of thing, for example, is still usable. It's still a good reference. But there are some where maybe it would have benefited more to have a larger image and just had his legs on there as well. But yeah, the small images are probably the biggest issue. That and the print quality, I think, is okay, especially considering it's an older book. It's usable, but it really depends on what you expect to get out of these books. So I think you could draw some pretty good poses using these as reference. And as mentioned, or the cover of this is, it hints that it's for comic book artists. It's reference for comic book artists. Now, I am not a comic book artist. I can only comment as a general illustrator, general artist. But I do think, whilst I've been looking through this, I have been thinking to myself that it actually looks like it is pretty good for, depending on what kind of comic you draw in. There's a lot of different situations in here. So you'll see actually at the end, I'll show you this. He does have demonstrations throughout as well. I haven't really studied them too much because I have bought this purely to study from in terms of the photos. So I've really just bought this as a photo book. Obviously, we've got a lot of flying ones throughout. You can tell it's a lot of superhero comics, but there's like, there you go, smoking, shooting, kissing and fighting. I guess that says it all. So yeah, I'm sure you could find reference for people kissing on the internet, but when you're a comic book artist, I would imagine you do draw this kind of thing. Battle is always a good one. I always think reference is quite difficult to get for that. And some of these poses are not too bad either. Some of them are a little bit static, but this, for example, smoking, I thought that was quite specific, but again, if you need that in your comic, it's quite handy. And I would say there's a lot of photos overall, so I do think there is value to this book. I think that some of the detail in the photos around the shadows does get lost a little bit, and that would be my biggest issue with it. So let me just bring my sketchbook in. I just did a few studies last night just to see whether these were usable, if I can fit that on camera. These are by no means perfect. I'm not the best artist in the world. Some of the proportions look really off and everything like that. But I just picked up a ballpoint pen, picked up my cheap sketchbook and started using the book as reference. And overall, I actually think it's quite good. I mean, if I'd have tried to draw any of these poses just off the top of my head, it would have been an absolute disaster. So I do think it does show that it does have some value. That being said, these are only sketches. If I'd have wanted to do a fully rendered, fully finished piece, I'm not sure there's enough information in the photos to get there. And the second book that I wanted to go through whilst I'm rambling on is the Fantasy Figure Artist Reference File. So again, I just picked this up for a couple of pounds second hand. The quality is probably a little bit used, which is to be expected for the price. And this one, again, probably quite an old book. And I think that the actual print quality in here is surprisingly good, to say again that the images are quite small. Now, you'll see throughout this book, some of them are bigger as we go along. But again, some of them are probably a little bit too small to extract a lot of information from. Sorry about the noise from these pages. If we talk about the pros and cons of this one, the costumes are probably the pros and cons of this one. And what I mean by that is, if you wanted to draw something very specific or something very similar to this in terms of the clothing style, or obviously a specific pose as well, then this is going to be great for you. And it's got a full range of characters. But yeah, if you wanted to draw this exact pose with this costume, for example, I think this would be really good. Almost as good as using, a photo on the internet that's high quality. But the problem is, what if you see a pose that's like this that you want? It's a little bit difficult to extract the information there. Print quality is good as mentioned, but when it's that small, there's only so much you can get in it. It's not like a screen resolution, I guess. But that also leads me to the downside of this, which is also the costumes. And what I mean by that is it's quite hard to see past the costumes if you don't want to draw that specific costume, or at least something quite close to it. So some of the outfits I actually think are quite good. Some of them are a little bit corny, a little bit too much. Some of them are even a little bit comical, actually. But yeah, if you didn't want to draw this costume, I feel like there's only so much you could get from this one. It's probably not going to be your ideal reference. You could probably find something more relevant on the internet, basically. This one also has like a close-up section at the end of like accessories. So I think it's like crowns and belts and various jewellery. So it's a nice touch. I think it is a good idea. My opinion is I would probably rather sacrifice some of the photos to get larger ones, or pay more to get more pages in it. I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan, a fan of Gandalf, but this one does make me laugh a little bit. But again, you probably could use this to draw a picture of Gandalf, for example. So it does have its uses. In fact, let me show you what I've done. So I didn't spend too long on these ones. As you can see, I kept them rough. And I did find this one I found a bit of a rush job, so apologies for that. But like here, I used it more to study drapery. I wasn't trying to perfect the pose or anything. I'm sure there's tons wrong with it, but honestly, it turned out better than I was expecting, to say I was using a tiny image as a reference. So I was kind of pleasantly surprised by that. So I guess my thoughts are that there is value in these books, depending on where you are as an artist and what it is you're actually studying. I would love to get your guys' opinion on this though. I always think that there isn't much content online about using books for reference, at least not compared to using the internet. I will say though, the internet is definitely superior. I use ArtStation for a lot of my reference packs and they are absolutely phenomenal. In fact, I will put links in the description box below to some of the really good ones that I would recommend, because you get absolutely hundreds, if not thousands of images for usually like £5 or something. And the quality is just incredible. The issue is really that the internet has kind of spoiled us and made things like this not quite as impressive, so there's not as big as a market for it. But the reason I actually wanted these is, I get headaches, I get dry eyes when I work on a computer late at night. And also it's good to reduce the amount of time I'm at a PC anyway, because I spend all day at it. That's one of the biggest benefits for me, is if I didn't want to draw late at night on my PC, or sometimes it stops me from sleeping if I'm staring at a screen, even with a blue light filter on. Taking my sketchbook maybe into another room, getting away from my screen and just drawing in my sketchbook using this book as reference is just like a different way of doing it, and might benefit my health a little bit. And also you might just not have access to the internet at the time. I mean, you can see how the author or the artist has used them as reference, so I think it is pretty cool, really. But I would definitely love to get your guys' opinion on this. I also really want to try out the Japanese pose books. There's a few in that series, like super pose books. You guys have probably heard of them. They're not so easy to get hold of in the UK. I have seen some previews, but I'm never sure whether the lighting is a little bit overexposed, whether they've got rid of all the shadows and taken out a lot of the information in doing that. Basically, the lighting might be a bit strong, but I am tempted to get hold of one. So if you guys are interested in seeing that, let me know. But there we have it, guys. That's just me previewing those on camera and giving my thoughts. Again, I think that you could benefit using these, but I do think that the internet has spoiled us and provided us with better quality. But sometimes it's nice to step away from the screen. And of course, if you like this video, make sure that you subscribe, turn notifications on, and leave me a comment below. Let me know what other books you guys use for art reference. And that's it, guys. So thank you for watching.